good day to you all. How's it going? Welcome back to One Shot, the show where we have no editing, no filter, but Gert Hemming and Sean David. Gert, how you doing today?
Not so good, man. You know, no season, no basketball. So what is there? What is there to get up with 4 a.m?
Well, I guess our show, One Shot.
Right. Oh,
yeah, at least something.
So ask me again. How am I doing?
How you doing, Gert?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Yeah,
Let's talk. Let's talk.
Wonderful. Now we wanted to actually take a look into the future and talk about what team do we feel would have the biggest turnaround in next season. And we didn't talk about that yet, but I have the slight feeling that we both have the same opinion, but I want to let you go first.
Well, you know, we're looking at the 2021 basketball season, and we're really not sure yet when it's going to start. You know, we just got out of the bubble, and you know, I think Adam Silver and the league is looking at when they're going to start, and everybody's preparing for that season. Okay, look, this is a little bit of a easy one, I think, because if you would have asked me the same question last year, it would have been the same team under circumstances that everybody would have been healthy. Now, that's clear hint that it's the New Jersey Nets. Yeah.
Yes, my pick too.
Yeah, I mean they have so much and such a large amount of potential to get a turnaround going, and I'm not even saying they were bad. With Caris LeVert playing really well and carrying the team in the absence of Kyrie Irving, who stepped out with a couple of months to go. Well, actually, right before the COVID situation came down. DeAndre chose not to play in the bubble. And natuurlijk, of course, the biggest name of all, Kevin Durant. He seemed to be healthy before the bubble. And I'm not sure if it was him or the entire organization in talks with him decided he was not going to go into the bubble and play. But you know, these 3 guys and Caris LeVert, that is a squad. I don't care who number 5, 6, 7, 8 until, you know, number 15 is. That is potential right there.
Yeah, but still, you know, we know with the injury that Kevin Durant has, it's always a big question mark. How good will he be able to come back? And that's something that we can't underestimate. And this is a potential career-ending injury 20 years ago.
Yes.
So you never know. Will we get back the same player? Will he be the same Kevin Durant that we know?
Well, we have plenty of examples of recent, I mean the last 15, 20 years of people having torn their Achilles tendon and came back. From what I understand, I'm not a doctor, is that at that spot, it cannot tear again. Yeah, I mean, if it grows back, you know, it's stronger than any other part of the tendon. So that is pretty solid. What a negative effect is that the flexibility in the calf muscle, which is attached to the Achilles tendon, is maybe a little bit less, and that may affect the explosiveness. But let's say, hypothetically speaking, and again, I'm not a doctor, that you take away 5% of Kevin Durant's explosivity.
Still one of the best players in the league.
Still, yeah. Still. Now, put him next to Caris LeVert. Did I say Cavert? I said that was a slip of the tongue. Caris LeVert and Kyrie Irving. That is a backcourt that is just unbelievable. And then DeAndre Jordan is not the DeAndre Jordan of the past, but super solid still.
Yes, exactly. The question still, though, will be, how will that team gel? We haven't seen them play together, so they will be basically a new team next season. And we have seen with Kyrie that when he comes to a new team, it sometimes takes some adjusting time, and it didn't work out too well in the past already.
You're too kind. You're too kind. Adjusting time. He seemed to never have adjusted at places. Meaning, okay, and let's be honest about it. Kevin Durant. There's also rumors floating about his departure out of Golden State. Of course, he didn't play the entire season. And nobody really had the opportunity to really ask him, and you know, after each game, so what about Golden State and blah 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 blah. We don't really know what happened there, so I don't want to say they're difficult guys, and I just did, but that's not what I meant to do. But maybe you know, because both of them have I don't even want to compare Kevin Durant's past with Kyrie's. They're different.
Yes.
But okay, maybe that has a sort of a connection too. They were friends before, and they certainly have a common goal.
Yes.
They have something to erase.
Proof.
Yeah, exactly.
Chip
Erase proof. Yeah, exactly. Now Kyrie a little bit more than Kevin, I think, but friends tend to do things that are sometimes unimaginable, and if they can do that together, I think they are going to be very, very, very good. But I agree with you. If there's one question mark there, it's chemistry.
All right. Well, I have a second team on my list, actually. The Golden State Warriors. Obviously, we can't forget them.
Yeah.
The last season, we all know. I mean, how much bad luck can you have? You lose Steph, you lose Clay. Draymond is getting exposed, and I don't even want to say exposed, but basically Draymond home alone.
He got exposed.
He was never a scorer. He was that third guy that does all the little things. And it's basically the same as if you would put Dennis Rodman on a team that has no offensive players. Draymond just never was that guy who was the first option.
I agree, but the little things he wasn't able to do anymore either.
Yes, because the opposing team could focus on Draymond.
Okay. Well, that's complete. You're completely right. But that's also a sort of an exposure. But it was an exposure for people that didn't realize that.
Yeah.
You realized that you knew that before this, but okay. So it was maybe a little bit of an exposure for people that didn't that thought that, because you heard at times when they won a championship that Draymond was the gel guy and maybe the most important guy. That got exposed at least. Okay. But why do you think they may turn it around? They were, I think they had the worst record last year. I'm doing this on the fly a little bit, but because they were at the bottom, you don't even know who was the worst, but they were down there. With Clay and Steph, they are going to have a higher increase in won games than New Jersey, you think? That is even maybe possible.
Well, we have to remember they will basically have the same three key guys that were the champions 4 years ago.
Yes.
And they're still old. They're all at the beginning of their 30s. I think whether the Nets or the Golden State Warriors will be the team with the biggest turnaround.
That's an interesting comparison. I would not have thought about that when you posed the question for this show. The Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna give it some thought. I think that surely they won a championship without Kevin Durant. Are they going to be able to do? That's a question I'm gonna have to think about.
I think they need one more player. I think they need one more guy because what will do them good is that they didn't make the playoffs this year. They got some time to rest, and the hunger of being successful regained that a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I think they could use another young, hungry guy who could actually put on some points on the scoreboard.
Good option, good comparison. For lack of me having thought about that before, I'm gonna stick with the New Jersey Nets. I think the star power there, if they gel, is equal or more than the little bit older Steph, Clay, and Draymond combination. But it's an interesting comparison.
All right. Now it's your turn, guys. Please post your opinion underneath the comments, and we'll see you next time on One Shot.